The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference turns 25 this season. Who better from MSUM to recap the Dragons' role in the history of the league than the man who was there through it all, NSIC and MSUM Hall of Famer Larry Scott.
When I started at MSU Moorhead, it was just the NIC, and it was a 6-team affair. It was a very competitive league, but curiously, very small in that. And that was really before the women's program took full blossom. And then they operated with the Northern Sun on the women's side for a while. And ultimately, the officials made the right decision to merge the two leagues together. But at one time, we had separate conferences, men or women, and that wasn't very productive, and I don't think it was very fair. But by putting it together, certainly strengthened the bond. It made the league a lot better, and I think it increased the quality of play.
Fast forward 25 years later, the NSIC has become a power in the national landscape of college athletics, according to Scotty.
Most of us remain convinced that it is the best Division II league in America. It was always a good league, but there were others, including the late North Central Conference, that might have been a little bit better. But I don't think there's any league overall that's better. And clearly in some sports, volleyball comes to mind. There's no league in America that even comes close to matching our conference. So I think our league can take a great deal of pride in overall competition, the balance between the genders, and certainly in all the sports. The NSIC, big footprint now, not just in the Midwest anymore, but all across the country.
Through all of that time, Scotty roamed the sidelines, sat courtside, and roamed the halls of NSIC. So what are a few of the many names of MSUM's NSIC past that stand out to him?
Well, I go back, a little further than that, and so there were some that were pretty memorable early on, and particularly in football. College wrestling was big, but there are a few that stand out. I look at a guy like Brett Beeson, who was the Player of the Year in Division II basketball, a great scorer, tremendous player for the Dragons in the 90s. Nate Hendrickson came along a couple years later and was a Division II Wrestler of the Year in the country. We were particularly proud of them. There were others like Katie Klass, who was competed in track and cross country at MSUM. She also made the Olympics in speed skating. And then today there's just a raft of quality players on a variety of levels, and there's so many of them. I'm almost a little leery for omitting names, but certainly I think MSU Moorhead, along with other teams in the league, have every right to feel good, and there are a lot of people that have come through these programs and distinguish themselves.
Finally, what's in store for the future of the NSIC to someone who's been there every boot step of the way?
A lot of leagues don't stay constant forever, we know that, so there could be some changes in membership in that. I don't see it for a while, and I think there's a very good feeling, a commitment, kind of common resolve within the league, which I like. I think people certainly have a lot of respect and admiration for each other, so I think we're on good footing in the NSIC. I know we are. And I'm optimistic in the future. I know there'll be issues, there'll be challenges, but I think we have the right people in place to meet them.